everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and also happy New Year's Eve. I thought I'd make a point to say that because in my last video that went up on Christmas Eve, I didn't say anything about it because that video was so pre-filmed that I just didn't know it was going to go up on Christmas Eve, so happy New Year's Eve! So in this video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 favourite tans. This video idea was given to me by my friend Paige. So Paige, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the video idea. It would be super awkward if she didn't end up watching this video and doesn't say anything. I agreed that this would be a good video to do, mainly because a lot of you guys to this day are still asking me about tans that I used like months and months ago. So I thought it'd be best to answer all of your questions right here in this video. I have 5 different tans / tanning related products that I'm going to be talking about today. I'll leave links to all of the products that I speak about in this video today down in the description below for you in case you want to try them out for yourself. I'll also leave timestamps as well for each product in case you are like me sometimes that wants to know about something specific. So if you want to skip ahead or skip back, or you only want to know about like 2 things out of the 5, you're welcome. All I ask in return is that you subscribe to this channel for more videos like this and turn your notifications on to be told every time I post. So starting out with my 5th favourite tan, this is one that actually kickstarted the whole tanning trials video. You guys will know if you've been watching this since the start of this kind of like segment on my channel. This is Coco and Eve. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it above. I'll do that with all the other products that I speak about as well. But this one, I had a love and hate relationship for the longest time. Like, I loved it because it gave me such a good tan, but also I hated it because it literally like it ruined my hands the first time I used it. But once I like got to grips with it, I think it was just a coinkydink that it ended up going so wrong the first time I used it, mainly because I just wasn't experienced in using tan whatsoever. Nothing to do with the product. I think it all stemmed down to the fact that I just put way too much on my hands. Really love the smell of this tan. It's so like tropical and like fruity, and it made my skin feel really great every time I use it. Always has a very nice, and I'm gonna say like pigmented, but that sounds really weird. Like, you're only supposed to leave it on for 2 hours. I always leave it on for a bit longer, as I do with any of my tans. If you are maybe a lighter skin tone, stick with the 2 hours, I would say, because it takes really well on the skin. If you do leave it on for too long, sometimes it does have a tendency to smell kind of like fake tanny the next day or after you wash it. I've used this tan quite a few times. It's very rare for me to like use a tan over and over again, but this is one of the 5 that I've obviously got here that I've reused quite a few times. I would say this is my 5th favorite tan, mainly because I use it more like in the summertime. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like it doesn't look natural in the winter. Then again, when does ever having a spicy new tan look natural in the winter? But you know what I mean, like some tans you can get away when your natural skin tone is slightly darker. As it is the depths of winter at the moment, it's harder to get away with those darker like shades of tan than it is in the summer. But yeah, really love these products. They also have like a bunch of other products stemming off of the tans, like hair products and things that I absolutely love. So yeah, tan number 5. So my 4th favourite tan is the Isle of Paradise Clear Tanning Foam. This is the shade Dark. Obviously, link will be above for the video where I test this out, but I did surprisingly really like this tan. I used it quite a few times over the course of like a month or so, just because I went to film the video and then I didn't, and I went to film it again and then I didn't, and I went to film it again and then I didn't, and I ended up using it 3 different ways. I just found that it helped really even out my skin tone. I like the versatility of this one because you can kind of like plop it on your skin, you can apply it to your skin and you can go about your day-to-day life because it is a clear tanning foam. It develops like through the day. I kind of prefer to put it on as I normally do overnight and sleep in it just because I am super impatient. Compared to some of the other tans that I'm going to show you in this list, it's very like not on the same level as those ones, and the only reason why I say that it's in this list is because the formula is so light. Like, it literally looks like water. The foam is so light and minimally fragranced that it really helped not block the pores on my skin. This is something that I speak about like every now and again in my videos. Depending on how heavy the mousse is of said tan, it can very much clog the pores on your skin. I find it happens all the time on my legs especially, but with this tan in particular it was very minimal. But basically this tan, out of all the tans that I show you, is the one that clogs my pores the least, and that is why it's in this list today. So if you're somebody that really struggles with like clogged pores when they tan, it blocks the pores and it leaves your skin spotty. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is maybe a tan to try or something similar, just because as you can see it is literally like water. Smells really great as well. The only thing I will say is if you layer it up too much, which is very difficult not to because you don't know where you're putting it, that kind of like no orangey thing sort of disappears a bit. Like there has been times, like maybe the first or second time when I used this, where I did look a little bit orange, but it smells really great. It applies so nicely. Like I said, you can literally apply it to your skin and just go about on your day-to-day life and no one would know the difference. But like I said, the main reason why this product is in the list is because it doesn't block my pores too badly. So hitting number 3 on this list, we have Balibody. So this is one that was very, very highly requested from you guys. Like I loved this tan. It smelled really great as well. Probably one of my top 3 tans that smell the best. I also wanted to mention the tanning water as well because I loved the smell of this. It has like a rose water scent and I'm so about that. Really light, really refreshing. It just smelled amazing. Also, it developed really well on the skin. I found it best to apply overnight just because it did have quite a long development time on it. The only thing that I found that was slightly alarming was that you apply this to a cotton pad and then apply it to your face. It's not a spray, it's like kind of a little pump that you push and then you put it onto a cotton pad and apply it to your skin. The only thing that I will say with this is please make sure you wash your hands after you do this, because otherwise it will seep through onto the palms of your hands and like onto your fingertips and it will just look weird. That's the only thing that I will say about this product is please make sure you wash your hands after you apply this to your face, because it will stain them. But moving on to the tanning mousse, the main reason why I like this is, like I said, obviously the smell, but also it has like a really, really greeny undertone to it, and that is absolutely perfect for all year round. As I mentioned with the Coco and Eve one, I found that with the more like warmer orangey tone ones, you can get away with those more in the summer. It kind of looks a little bit sus in the winter, but with this one, you can get away with it all year round. It just looks a bit more natural than the Coco and Eve. Some people love the kind of like really warm, like slightly orangey tones of tan. I do, I'm not gonna lie, I do really like it sometimes, but as I mentioned, can't get away with it all year round if you want to look a bit more natural. The green tones for me are perfect because I am olive skinned. This one has like literally about this much tan left in it, which is super sad, and the fact that that worries me and that I'm kind of thinking about buying another one is a very good sign, because as I said, I use a lot of tans and it's very rare for me to think I want to repurchase one of them. Once I run out of this, I'm definitely going to get another one because I love this and I love the smell. I love when brands have a separate facial tanning product, just because not all mousses are appropriate for the face. Like your face skin is a different type of skin to your body skin. How many times can I say the word skin? Depending on how much I layer it up, it did block the pores on my legs quite badly, and also sometimes on my chest. I just have to kind of be a bit more careful when I'm using this one, but I still love it because the green tone is like the most natural you're gonna get. But yes, Balibody. Tan number 3. So number 2 on this list is actually my most recent review. This is the Filter by Molly May. I absolutely love this tan. Like really, really loved it. And I was toying on this potentially being number 1, and you'll see why in a second when I tell you which one number 1 is. Also, I love the fact that the mousse is light enough for me to apply to my face and it not cause me really any problems at all. The only thing I will say is before you apply tan to your face, like you do with your body, you need to exfoliate, because there was one time where I used this tan where I applied it to my face and immediately I knew that I hadn't exfoliated my face properly, because there was a patch going all the way down my face here that was just like so much darker compared to the rest of my face, because the tan clung to that patch so hard. I don't know why. I love the fact that there's that tiny little mitt that you can get to apply it to your face. I find it's really helpful for doing so. I've also managed to work out the best way for it to apply to my hands, but in that video I did say, Molly May, please bring out a brush to go with this, because I will be like so happy. Love the smell of this tan. It's like no other smell that I've smelt in a tan. So the main reason why I like this one so much in particular is, like I said, the smell. The mousse is very light, so you can apply it to your face, no problems. The greeny undertone means that I can wear it all year round, and I'm definitely planning on doing so. This is actually the tan that I've got on today, but funny story, I went and had my flu jab yesterday, because if you guys remember at the start of the year, I took a fat break because I got the flu and then I got pneumonia. So I decided that I didn't want that to happen again. But when he did my jab, he put a plaster on it to make sure it didn't bleed. And when I took the plaster off last night, it took my tan with it. And I will show you now. Will YouTube flag my video because I've got my shoulder out? We shall see. Look how much of the tan it pulled off. Girl, that's not okay. But yeah, all round, really like this tan. I like the versatility of it. Like I said, I can wear it all year round and have no problems. The greeny undertone's the best. Just one of my favourites. Some of you guys asked how this tan compares to the Balibody. I only say this one's higher on the list because it blocks my pores ever so slightly less than the Balibody, but then again they do have a separate facial tanner and also doesn't have like the fake tan smell the next day. This one has a longer development time as well, and that is why it is number 2 on my list. Okay guys, so we are now at number 1 on my list of my favourite tan products of 2020. I'm speaking about this brand in particular because of one particular product that I love. So the brand is Utan, but the main product I want to speak about is the facial tanning water. This tanning water changed my life. There are so many reasons as to why I love this so much, and I would highly recommend this to anybody that's thinking about trying it. I also bought this for Paige for Christmas because I loved it so much and I couldn't stop telling her about it, but I needed her to like try it for herself. I may as well have just fucking brought Paige into this video. I've spoken about her so much, Jesus Christ. The Turbo Tanning Mousse is something that I used like back in the summer. I really liked this product at the time, mainly because of the smell. Oh my goodness, that particular cherry smell is just one that you will never ever forget in your lifetime. I also really like the fact that Utan have created the same product but a different scent, just to kind of like appeal more to the male species. The scents for these tans are one of the main reasons why this is number 1 on the list. I also like the fact that they only have one tan, but you can use it for different kind of like levels of tan. They specify like the amount of time to leave it on for, if you want it to be light, medium or dark. So instead of faffing around and having different shades of tans, you can have all the same tan in one bottle. This one is more of a ready tone tan, so it's one that I would save for the summer. However, moving on to this facial tanner, this is the main reason why this is number 1. It's a tanning water, so it's very light. If you are more fairer skinned, they do have the normal original version, and then they have this one which is the 50% darker. As it says on the bottle, it's 50% darker than the other one. It develops quicker and to a darker tone. I love this because you can spray it under your makeup or over it as well, just to kind of like seal the deal. This product is infused with CBD as well as Scottish lavender oil. Not only does this help maintain a really natural and even facial tan, but it also really helped clear my skin. I feel like there was one point in time when my skin was really bad, and I'm not saying that this cured my acne completely, but I'm saying it did really help a lot. I find that it develops better at night just because you haven't got products layered on top, because some people do use it before their makeup, which is absolutely fine. Works really well for some, but for me personally it works best when I use it at night, and that's the only thing on my skin. I also like spraying this onto my neck as well as onto my face, just to help maintain the tan on my neck, because I find that as you are like scrubbing away your makeup, sometimes you can take your neck tan with it. The facial tanner is great for all year round. Like I said, I like to mix and match this with other tans that I use if they don't have a tanning product for the face. At this moment in time, I don't feel like any facial tanner that I've used compares to the fact that this has so many qualities that make it good. You know, like I said, I love the Balibody facial tanner, but it's just good for tanning the face and tanning the face alone. It doesn't have the other things that go with it, like helping my skin. Also, because this is a spray, I enjoy it more because you can spray it onto your face and not worry about it like staining your palms or anything. So that is why the Utan facial tanning water is at number 1. Also, the Turbo Tan is at the top, of course, but mainly the reason why they're at the top of this list is because of this tanning water. So that is it for this week's video, my top 5 favourite tanning products of 2020. If you enjoyed this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know. It really does help me out a lot. Also, let me know in the comments, did you agree with my list? Did you disagree? Are there any other questions that you have? Let me know, like I said, in the comments down below. I'll also leave links in the description, as I mentioned, for all of the products that I've spoken about in this video today, along with the timestamps in case you want to go back or anything like that. I'll also leave links in the description to my social media in case you don't follow me on those already. Don't know why you don't, because I ask you every single video, as well as subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I know a lot of people can't really do anything. I know that we can't in the UK, but if you are like us and you can't really do much, just have the best new year that you can possibly have. You know, have an early night, recharge, ready for 2021. That sounds really horrible to say, but yeah guys, stay safe, stay indoors as much as possible, and I will see you next year for another video. Bye guys.